Presented by Department of Mechanical Engineering, Tandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore. First of all, eccentrically loaded bolt joints in shear. In a structural connection, a group of bolts is frequently employed, as shown in figure. Okay, this is the number of bolts are employed in the structure. A1, A2, A3, A4 are the bolts. Here, let the A1 to A5 be the cross-sectional area of the bolt. Okay, this is the cross-sectional area of the bolt. The coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2. This is the coordinate x. This is coordinate y. This is the distance of corresponding bolt x1 and y1, x2 and y2. The corresponding distance, identical position of the bolt. This is the identical position of the bolt with respect to the origin. Okay, with respect to the origin. J is the center of gravity of the group of bolt. J is the center of gravity of this group of bolt. Here five bolts are there. This is the center of gravity of this 5 bolt. Okay. The coordinate x dash, y dash indicate the location of the center of gravity of the bolt. This is the y dash. This is the x dash. This is y dash. This is the corresponding position of center of gravity. Okay. Let x dash equal to a1 into x1 plus a2 into x2 plus a3 into x3 up to a2 a5 into x5 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus up to a5. Okay, so x dash equal to summation of ai into xi divided by summation of ai. Okay, similarly y dash equal to y dash or y bar equal to summation of ai yi divided by summation of ai. Quite often the center of gravity of loaded by symmetry. Okay, the center of gravity of the loaded by symmetry. The eccentrically loaded bolt connection are shown in the figure 7.16. Okay, this is the eccentrically loaded bolt arrangement. Okay, the eccentricity of the external force P is from the center of gravity. This the load is acting on eccentricity load is acting on this uh, structure. Okay, the eccentricity force can be considered as a equivalent to the imaginary force P at the center of gravity, and the moment this is the imaginary due to this force, the imaginary force is acting here. The image because of this imaginary force at the point of J, you will get the moment. Okay, amount about this point. Okay, this is illustrated in figure 7.17. This is the 7.17. Because of this load, okay, the center of gravity, the moment will happen. The moment equal to P, load acting into distance from the center of gravity distance, E equal to distance from the center of gravity G point to the load acting point. Okay, here the imaginary force P at the center of gravity result in the primary shear force. Because of this load, the primary shear force is happened in bolt 1, bolt 2, bolt 3 and bolt 4. The primary shear force equal taken as a P1 dash, P2 dash up to number of bolts in the structure. Okay, given in the following equation. P1 dash this primary shear force is equal in the all the bolts. Okay, can take as primary shear bolts are equal in all the bolts. So P1 dash plus P2 dash equal to P3 dash equal to P4 dash equal to P divided by number of bolts acting fixed in the fastened in this arrangement. Here number of bolts are 4. Okay, P divided by 4, and we can get the shear force direct or primary shear force of this arrangement at bolt 1, bolt 2 and bolt 3 and bolt 4. Okay, then the moment P and E, so P into E about the center of gravity. This is the moment about the center of gravity result in secondary shear force. Because of this moment, we'll get the secondary shear force happened in this structure. This is the secondary shear force is P1 double dash, P2 double dash up to number of bolts are fixed in this arrangement. If R1, R2, etc. Okay, this is the force into distance. Okay, here in this, and R1, R2 are the radial distance from the of the bolt centers from the center of gravity. Okay, this is the R, R1, R2, R3 and R4. Okay, radial distance of the bolt centers from the center of gravity. Okay, the radial distance, this is the bolt center from the center of gravity. Distance is called a radius. Radius 1, radius 2, radius 3 and radius 4. Okay, center point of the bolt to the center of gravity point G. Okay, this is the distance is called a radial distance. Okay, then P into E, here P into E. So P1 dash, P1 double dash into this is because of this moment we will get the secondary shear force. Okay, the secondary shear force will happen in bolt at bolt 1, bolt 2, bolt 3 and bolt 4. So secondary shear force is called load into distance. Here, sorry, here this is the distance from the center of gravity point. Okay, this is the distance from the center of gravity point like E. Okay, like E. Here P1 double dash equal to secondary shear force. Okay, here the secondary shear force is acting perpendicular to the radius of this line. Okay, the force is acting directly proportional to the this line R1. Here also same. This P2 dash is acting directly proportional to R2. Here P4 dash is directly proportional, sorry, perpendicular to the R4. Here R3 double dash also perpendicular to the R3. Okay, it is assumed that the secondary shear force at any bolt is proportional to its distance from the center of gravity. Therefore, P1 double dash equal to C into R. C is the constant. Okay, C into R. P2 double dash equal to C into R2. P3 double dash equal to C into R3. P4 double dash equal to C into R4. Okay. Next, this is taken as equation B. This is taken as equation A. A substituting B in the A. Substituting area of B to the equation A. So we get C equal to, okay, C, substitute the P on double dash value here. So you will apply here for C1 into R1, so C1 R1 square. Likewise C2 similarly C2 R2 square, C into R3 square, C into R4 square. We will get the C in common by C into R1 square plus R2 square plus R3 square into R4 square. Finally, we get PA divided by C equal to PA divided by R1 square plus R2 square plus R3 square plus R4 square. Okay, this is equation taken as equation C. Okay, this is the equation as taken as equation C. Now from B, okay, this is the B equation from B and C. Okay, this C value applied to this B equation. Okay, so P1 double dash equal to P into PE into R1. So PE into R1 divided by R1 square plus R2 square plus R3 square plus R4 square. Okay. Similarly, P2 double dash equal to PE R2 R1 square plus R2 square plus R3 square plus R4 square and so on. Okay. So the primary and secondary shear force are ordered by vector addition method to get the resultant shear force. Out of found the secondary shear force, we'll get the resultant shear force. Resultant shear force P1, P2, P3 and P4. In this analysis, it is assumed that the component connected by the bolt are rigid and the bolt have a same cross-sectional area. Okay, the bolts are same cross-sectional area as well as the structure and the frame are rigid. Okay, vector addition method means we will get the horizontal and vertical forces. We will solve the horizontal and vertical forces and finally we get the P1, P2, P3 and P4 value. Okay, and then design procedure for threaded joint. This is the simple design procedure. This will use for your exam purpose. Okay, eccentric load. Okay, design procedure for threaded bolt and eccentric load. First one is parallel to the axis of the bolt. In this step 1, we will first calculate the permissible stress. Okay, permissible stress equal to tau equal to SSY divided by Fs. Fs means factor of safety. Factor of safety. SSY means shear strength. Okay, yes, shear strength equal to half of the yield strength, yield tensile strength. Okay, divided by factor of safety. Okay, through this formula we can find the permissible shear stress. Okay, then step 2, direct shear stress. Okay, direct shear stress, direct tensile force equal to P1 dash equal to P1 dash equal to P2 dash as number of bolts. How many number of bolts given in this arrangement? P1 dash, all the direct shear force acting on the structure are equal. So P1 dash equal to P2 dash equal to P3 dash and so on equal to P divided by number of bolts. Okay, and then direct shear stress equal to P1 dash divided by area. Here area formula is y by 4 d squared, sorry, dc squared. Dc means core diameter of the bolt. Okay, then step 3, tensile stress in the bolt. This is the secondary tensile stress. Here P1 double dash equal to M into L max divided by L1 square plus L2 square, L3 square and so on. Okay, and here M equal to moment of inertia, sorry, moment. Okay, moment over the center of gravity. Here M, sorry, P into E is the distance from center of gravity point G to the load acting point. Okay, through this equation, through this formula, we will find the P1 double dash. After that, tensile stress equal to P1 double dash divided by area. Here also area is pi by 4 dc square. Dc is equal to core diameter of this arrangement. And step 4, you will find the resultant force. Okay, square root of summation of h squared plus summation of V square. Okay, here we found the horizontal and vertical force, and then we will found the resultant force P1, P2, P3 and P4. Here this is the bolt one. Okay, bolt one. Here the acting as a direct shear stress, and secondary shear stress is acting as P1 double dash. The secondary shear stress is always acting on the radius line of the center of gravity, radius line of this arrangement. This is the center of gravity point. Okay, this is where this P1 double dash is acting perpendicular to this R line. Okay, so it is the P is the resultant force here. Okay, the resolved in horizontal and vertical forces, and we will find the resultant force here. Okay, then step 5. Finally, we found the size of the bolt. Okay, shear stress, maximum shear stress equal to maximum load withstand the bolt in this arrangement P divided by area. Area equal to pi by 4 dc square. Dc means core diameter of the bolt. Okay, and after we found the dc value, through this equation we will find the d value. D equal to nominal diameter of the bolt. Okay, outer diameter of the bolt. Okay, dc equal to 0.8 d. Okay, through this equation we will find the d value, or from PhD design data book page number 5.42 is coarse and fine series tables are there. Because with using that table you will find the d value. Okay, this is the simple procedure. Okay, using this procedure to solve the problem easily. Okay, thank you so much.